To create a random generator, okay, so let's remove these ones and save. Let's open the content drawer, go to the content folder, which is the main folder, right click and go to blueprint class. Select actor, and here we are going to name this BP underscore spawner. We're going to use this spawner to spawn the first spheres that are going to be placed on the level. This actor only requires one component. Let's add a box collision, and here on the details panel we can find the shape of the box, which contains the size of it and how thick the lines of the box are. I'm going to change this to 1, and then if I click on advanced, I can change the color of the box. So I am going to change this to green. Now the box looks orange because it's been selected, but if you click on the viewport, the box goes back to green. Let's go to the event graph and let's add a begin play event. This event is going to trigger immediately if the actor exists in the world. Now from here we're going to use the spawn actor from class function. On the select class, we click and search for BP underscore sphere. So now we know that this is the actor that we are going to spawn. If we compile right now, we get an error because this function requires a transform. If we right click the transform pin and select split struct pin, we can now see that the transform is the combination of location, rotation, and scale. If we compile again, the error message is no longer there because now this function knows that it is going to spawn the sphere on the 0, 0, 0 location, which is the origin of the world. However, we don't want that. We don't want to spawn it in the origin, but instead we want to spawn it inside the box collision that we have on this actor. So click on the box component and drag this into the event graph. And from the box pin, let's look for component bound. Get component bounds. This is going to give us the area of the box. So now with this area, we can create the location. However, the location of the box is not what we want. We want random locations. So we are going to use the last function. So we're going to look for random point in bounding box. And this is going to provide a random point inside this box area. Connect origin to center and box stand to half size. And from here, we can connect the return value to the spawn transform location. Great. So this is ready. Let's go to the level tab and open the content drawer, drag the actor into the level, and let's increase the height a little bit. Play the game, and we have the first sphere that is going to be generated by the spawn actor, by the spawner. So yeah, we have to do this again for the rest of the spheres. To repeat this logic multiple times, we are going to need a for loop. Now we're going to connect the event begin play to the for loop and the loop body to the spawn actor function. Now we have to define how many times we want to repeat this. So we're going to change the last index to 4. And that's because we are working with indexes, so they always start with 0. If we play the game again, notice how we have 5 spheres. And so far, this is working, but I would like the spawner area to be bigger. And for that, we are going to use variables. So remember the box collision that we added into the spawner? This one has a default size of 32 by 32. This is good, but we need to modify this, and we can do it on the actor. However, this is not going to help us because we need to modify it in different scenarios. So the better way to do it is to create some variable that is going to modify the size of the actor that is already placed into the level. For that, we're going to create a variable. So what type of variable are we going to use? If you click on the box component, notice that the box extent is defined by the X, Y, and Z values. This is a vector. So let's create a vector variable. Go to the variables section, click on the plus sign, and name it box size. Now let's change the type from Boolean to vector. And because we are going to modify this on the level editor, we need to make it public. So on this closed eye sign, click once, and now the eye is open. So this means we can edit this value in real time on the level itself. Click on compile and save. Let's go to the level tab, and here, well, the first thing, let's click on the outliner tab and move it to the left. So we have a little more space. Click on this spawner actor and notice that we have a new section. This is the default section, and here we can find the vector that we just created. Change this to 100 by 100 by 100. Now, nothing happened because we are not really using this variable. And for that, we are going to open the spawner, go to the construction script. And this is the first time we use this because the difference is that the event graph only works when we are in play mode. However, the construction script works right now when we are in the editor. So on this construction script, we're going to click and drag the box component, click the pin, and search for set box extent. Connect this code to the function, and now on the variable, click and connect this to the box extent input. If we compile and go back to the level, notice that the size of the box has changed. And this is very useful because we need to adapt some actors to the level. And we are going to do something. Let's reset the location of this actor. Go to the details on the location section, change this to 0, 0, and 500. Now on the box size, let's change this to 2000 by 2000 by 100. And let's move around and see if this is a safe size for the spheres to spawn. And it is. I mean, it's right in the limit. Now let's try this level again. Great. So we have 5 spheres that are being spawned on random spots over this level.